Okay, a couple of times now we've been faced with a state park that doesn't have full hookups or has very few full hookups, and we filled up like our gray tank. And so, you know, what you have to do in that situation is completely break down your camp and then take the whole unit over to the dump station and dump out that tank. I've decided to purchase one of these Rhino wastewater tote tanks to have, so if that happens, we don't have to do that again. All right, we don't plan on using this that much, but it's a heck of a lot better to have this than have to completely break camp and then drive over, do it, and then come back and set up again. Don't you agree? All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about well, let's start with unboxing, okay? To unbox this thing might be one of the more difficult tasks, to be quite honest. What you have to do is you have to get a razor knife and cut the edges of these this is a formidable box. It really is. And so you got to be careful not to puncture the tank and cut the end out, and then get the tank out. Now this tank looks big and heavy. It's actually not quite as heavy as it looks. Of course, if it was full of liquid, it would weigh more than me. It'd weigh over 250 pounds. And so it's kind of, it appears to be heavy, but honestly, it's not that much. I mean, really, I can carry it kind of easily, and it's easy enough to roll as well. Of course, you probably won't be rolling it by hand unless you just happen to be close to the dump station. You're going to be hooking it up to your bumper, to your trailer hitch, and it rolls, which is kind of neat. All right, now let's go to the next thing. All right, this device is designed to actually hook on your ladder, the ladder on the back of your RV, and then strap it down and boom, you're done. It's that easy. But most RVs under 20 feet don't have ladders, okay? I'm looking around here in this storage area, and I don't see a single ladder on any of these things because they're all about 20 feet. It hooks onto the ladder quite easily, and then you strap it down, you're done. But if you don't have a ladder, well, don't worry about it. You can purchase a bumper mount device, I guess you could say, that you put on there, and then you hook this on it. I'm also going to carry it a step further and put a thing on there. I'm going to put a little pipe handle on here that will also hook onto this for a little extra, I don't know, insurance or security or something like that. Well, the first problem we had was our spare tire was mounted right in the center of the back of the RV. So I had to move that, and that was kind of a job. And not only that, we had to do some trial and error measurement to get it so this thing would be on one side and then this would be on the other, because it's kind of wide, to be quite honest, and if you're not careful, it will block your tail light. But I got that all figured out, moved that thing, and then we'll work on this and mount that with the hardware that you can get, and the stuff that I'm gonna do, we'll do that a little bit later. All right, so as we talked about earlier, these things are really made to be installed on the ladder, okay? RVs that are under 20 feet generally do not have ladders. But that's what this thing is for. Now, I have seen these devices for use without ladders, and there are a couple of different arrangements or designs. Some of them just come with like U-bolts to bolt these things down. I picked this one because it seemed a lot stronger. It has these metal plates and these boxes and things that it goes in that seems to hold it a little bit better, and the bolts seem to be a little bit better than what I hear about the U-bolts breaking. So this seems really good. Now, I put these things in so that the wheels are just inside of the whole thing. Okay, and it's going to be tied in there and put in there. I sometimes see it where these are set just inside the wheels being about 20 inches apart, the whole thing being about 24 inches. So I've got this thing set at a little more than 24 inches so that the wheels are on the outside. I'm not sure that's the best idea. The wheels on the inside might be better because of the way you might be able to better lash this thing to this. Now, I went ahead and put a some galvanized pipe and made like a handle on here. But as you can see, this is not real strong. There's not a lot to attach there. This is not for holding up the tote. It's for balance. Okay, the weight is not really resting on this handle right here. Okay, it's really more for balance. The weight is going to be hopefully on these things and the straps. As you can tell also, I went to you can go to Walmart, Harbor Freight, or even online and get better straps than they give you. Everybody talks about it, but there are several different aftermarket versions of this. Like I said, I got the one with the big plates on it, and I gotta say, there's virtually no instructions. The instructions is a drawing of it, attached to the bumper. So there's several variations. So I naturally went to YouTube to see if I had people doing it, and there are different variations or ideas on how to do this. Like I said, the wheels on the inside or the wheels on the outside. There's one guy who he mounted his uprights here, whatever you want to call them, on the bottom of the bumper, and I'm not sure what the advantage to that might be. Might be an advantage. So he may be able to scoot this closer towards the center line of the RV and make this tighter. I may be making some changes somewhere along the way, but right now I have them on the outside of the bumper and I have them on top of the bumper. Okay, but like I said, there's every kind of variation and instructions are poor. All right, so there you go. But anyway, all I have to do now, oh, by the way, if you mount them inside the wheels, that means that you have to pick this whole thing up and get way up here and bring it down on the inside of this. This thing is not light. It's not real heavy. It's really not. I mean, I can pick it up with one hand to a degree, but it is not light. And I would hate the thought of trying to do something over my head to get it over this. Basically, I'd have to lift it up every time to above that spot, and that doesn't seem like a good idea. So I put it where the wheels are on the inside. So what we're going to do is, for the very first time in front of you guys, I am going to strap this down and see how it works. I will be putting a pad on here, but like I said, this is not strong. Don't put the weight on here because this is going to rip your RV apart. If it does, no big deal. I'll go down and I'll buy an armor plate piece of metal to put on there or something. But I don't want to do that. Anyway, this is on here. I can now do this by myself. Put that on there. It's not going to fall off. Then we can do this. On here. The question is, I mean, what does that do? And I thought about this. This does pretty much nothing, right? So what I am probably going to do is I am going to wrap these things all around here. Actually, I gotta say that's not too bad. It's kind of working pretty well. It's gonna wobble a little bit, which I can probably find a way to better secure that, but I don't think that's a problem. Now I'm going to make another video on the actual application, the use of this, how to fill it, how to empty it, and how to get it to the dump site and all that type of stuff. But for now, this mounting, it actually maybe turned out better than I thought it was going to. So good. I don't think that looks bad. What do you think, Judy?
Looks good.
Yeah, it kind of does. It feels pretty good. May wobble just a little bit, but I think I can probably correct that. So, all right. Well, we'll let you know how it goes when we do the test of how we fill it on the next video. Okay? So, all right.